Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Stop everything. The Bold and the Beautiful is about to explode like never before. After years away from the spotlight, Nick Marone is back, and what he just uncovered about Brooke Logan will shatter everything you thought you knew. Secrets buried deep under layers of lies are now bubbling to the surface, and Nick's jaw-dropping discovery about the woman he once loved will leave Ridge, Taylor, and the entire Forrester clan reeling. What is Brooke hiding? And why is she so desperate to keep Nick quiet? Buckle up because the next chapters of this saga are drenched in betrayal, seduction, revenge, and a scandal so dirty it could break the internet, and the Forresters, forever. The return of Nick Marone, why now? Nick Marone's return to Los Angeles sends shockwaves through the Forrester and Logan families. Everyone wants to know, why now? The charismatic sailor-turned-businessman reappears with an agenda, but not even Brooke could anticipate the bombshell he's about to drop. Nick walks into Il Giardino, eyes scanning for familiar faces, but what he finds instead is a mysterious letter. Left anonymously, it contains one sentence: "Brooke has lied to you, your child lives." That's right, the dirty secret begins here. A letter that shakes him to his core. Nick is stunned. He confronts Brooke at Forrester Creations. She laughs it off, another old rumor, she says. But her hands tremble. Her voice falters. And when Ridge enters the room and finds Brooke flustered, he knows something's wrong. But Ridge has secrets too, and he's not about to let Nick unravel them. Nick doesn't stop. He hires a private investigator. What he finds next sends chills down his spine: a sealed hospital record from years ago, and a child's name he never knew. Brooke's secret child, the shocking identity. Could it be true? Could Brooke have hidden a child from Nick? The answer is yes. In a shocking twist, Nick discovers that a child thought to have died, the child he fathered with Brooke during their brief romance, was secretly placed for adoption. Brooke was pressured by Stephanie, fearful of a scandal, to give the child up. But she never told Nick. And here's the kicker: that child? It's someone we already know. The truth about Deuce Stevens, Nick's son? Boom. The long-rumored Navy brat Deuce Stevens, the wild pilot making waves in and out of the Forrester orbit, might actually be Nick Marone's biological son. That's right, the charming rogue may not be who he thinks he is. And Brooke has known this, for years. Deuce, raised believing his father died overseas, has always had questions. But now, with a DNA test Nick secretly arranges, the truth stares them in the face. And when Deuce finds out, he turns his rage toward Brooke. Brooke's lies begin to unravel. Brooke is cornered. Nick, Deuce, Ridge, they all demand answers. Hope is in shock. Katie is furious. And Donna? Even she can't defend her sister this time. Flashbacks reveal Brooke's private torment, the secret phone calls, the bribes to the adoption agency, the hush money sent to the mysterious Dr. Hodge, the only doctor who knew the truth. Brooke breaks down, admitting everything: "I did it for the baby. I did it to protect Nick. I did it because I was scared." Ridge makes a choice: Brooke or Taylor? With Brooke's lies exposed, Ridge faces the ultimate betrayal. He had always believed Brooke's love was pure, now he sees the cracks. Meanwhile, Taylor stands by with open arms, having always warned Ridge that Brooke couldn't be trusted. In an emotional scene at the Forrester mansion, Ridge tells Brooke he needs space. He retreats, to Taylor. And when Taylor asks him one question: "Do you still love her?" Ridge can't answer. Deuce and Nick, father and son or fatal enemies? Just as Nick and Deuce begin to bond, a new enemy enters the scene: Elektra, Deuce's ex and Luna's rival, who has her own secrets and ties to Sheila Carter. Elektra gets wind of the DNA bombshell and uses it to her advantage, threatening to tell the press everything unless Nick pays her off. But Nick has been down this road before, and this time, he plays hardball. Sheila Carter returns, with a deadly offer. Yes, Sheila is back. And guess what? She knows all about Brooke's secret. She was there. She was the one who tipped Stephanie off back then. And now, she wants her cut of the chaos. Sheila offers Nick a deal, her silence for a price. Or she'll tell the world that Brooke let her own son believe he was fatherless. But Nick's not scared, he's determined to make things right. Brooke fights back, but is it too late? Brooke's not going down without a fight. She tries to win Ridge back. She pleads with Nick. She even tries to reach out to Deuce. But everything she says only makes things worse. Her family turns cold. Even Hope starts questioning everything she thought she knew about her mother. In a desperate move, Brooke threatens to reveal Ridge's own secret, that he paid off a judge to protect Thomas from a kidnapping charge years ago. It's chaos. The finale, truth, tears, and tragedy. In a powerful courtroom showdown, Brooke is subpoenaed. Sheila testifies. Deuce shows up. Nick's PI lays out every dirty detail. The judge is stunned. The audience gasps. Ridge is broken. And then, a stunning twist. The hospital records were forged. The real truth? Deuce isn't Brooke and Nick's son, he's Taylor's. What? Yes, in a shocking DNA mix-up, it turns out Taylor was the one who gave birth in that hospital years ago under sedation, and her child was stolen, raised as Deuce. Brooke only found out after the fact and chose to hide it to protect Ridge and Taylor. But now, everyone knows. Taylor collapses. Ridge screams. Deuce walks away, broken. And Brooke? She stands alone. The bold and the beautiful recap for Tuesday, June 24th, reveals that Katie Logan hoped that Brooke Logan was detracted by studies of a certain semen, but Brooke was stuck on Ridge Forrester, not Nick Marone. Katie bothered that effects might be different this time with Ridge, but Brooke still had faith that he'd ultimately leave Taylor Hayes and come back to her. At Il Giardino on Tuesday's B&B occasion, Nick covertly heated in on Taylor's discussion with Ridge from a near table. Taylor kept talking about the future and where effects were going, so Ridge bothered this was about his response to Nick smelling around Brooke. Although Taylor admitted she was a bit thrown by Ridge's jest. She brought the focus back to their own relationship and how important of a commitment Ridge was willing to make. Taylor suggested that she woke up this morning at peace next to Ridge, so she was visioning their future as hubby and woman. After Taylor asked Ridge to marry her, he looked like he was trying to hide how uncomfortable he was. Nick, on the other hand, looked amused over this offer as he continued wiretapping. At Luna Nozawa's apartment, Sheila Sharp offered to help her granddaughter pack up her things, but Luna was adamant about sticking around Los Angeles. Sheila refocused out that she loved John Finnegan enough to stay down from him and let his happiness be enough. It was harder for Luna, but she claimed she'd been staying down from everyone except Will Spencer. Luna texted Will and gushed to Sheila about how hot he was. After Sheila congratulated Luna on her origami, Luna claimed she'd been using it as a distraction from Finn. Still, Luna was hoping for a better distraction and suggested about demanding commodity really good to look forward to, so Sheila knew she meant Will. At the Precipice House, Finn and Steffi Forrester gave Will and Electra Forrester updates on the beefed-up security since they'd been spending further time with the kiddies. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker showed up at Finn's request and wished he'd better news. Unfortunately, Luna's record had been wiped clean due to the amnesty, so there was no way to put her back in captivity without any new crimes. Finn wondered if perhaps they could prove Luna's vicious intent towards Steffi, but Steffi allowed. Luna was too smart to admit it to anyone in that room. After Luna texted Will a selfie, he got an idea and allowed. Perhaps he could blandish a concession out of her. Steffi was doubtful and had enterprises along with Finn, but Electra said Luna was obsessed with Will. Will assured everyone that his plan would work and suggested he could wear a line, so Baker agreed to see about getting a leave and setting it all up. In response to Luna's selfie, Will texted about wanting to see her tattoo in person and prevaricated about breaking up with Electra. Luna was rapturous as she filled Sheila in on Will's desire to visit her. Back with Will, he was confident he could get Luna talking and that she'd admit she was out to get Steffi. Once Luna texted her address, Will said they were in. After Finn and Steffi pushed Will to be careful, he claimed they wouldn't have to worry about Luna presently. Formerly his plan worked. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Will's plot will eventually go off the rails, so don't miss all the excitement. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that we've got a July sweeps exercise for you, so let's talk about all the hot drama that's brewing. For starters, the trouble of Luna Nozawa could hang like an portentous pall after she goes on the run. Following Will Spencer's temptation trap, Luna will indeed flee. As long as Luna is out there nearly, she may be a moping solicitude for Steffi Forrester and John Finnegan this July. There's no word yet on when Jacqueline McInnes Wood's motherliness leave will protest off, but there's a chance Steffi might ultimately take the children to Europe for their own protection. Anyhow, Ridge Forrester's forthcoming plot could offer an indication about what's ahead. Indeed, if further Luna mayhem breaks out, effects should work out okay for Steffi's family in the end. It's tough to believe Ridge would go chasing after Brooke Logan in Italy if Steffi or the kiddies were still in serious trouble. Ridge will be part of B&B's forthcoming special occurrences in Naples and Capri, which will state in late July. Of course, Nick Marone will be part of the Italy saga as well. We'll see Nick telephone up the love and indeed present Brooke with a ring at some point, so he'll be pulling out all the stops. Still, Brooke has an accident coming up that'll seal the deal in Ridge's mind on who he belongs with. There'll be a deliverance situation, most probably after Brooke inadvertently falls into a body of water during the trip. Whether Nick saves Brooke or it's Ridge who jumps into action rather, Ridge will have a wake-up call and know for certain that Brooke's the only woman for him. Taylor Hayes will just have to find a way to let go and move on with her life. As for Daphne Rose, it seems likely that she'll rendition when it comes to returning to Los Angeles. Daphne's comeback could ruin the trust Carter Walton and Hope Logan are trying to rebuild. Numerous suckers are wondering if Daphne might be pregnant following some off-screen passion with Carter, so that's commodity to keep in mind. Eventually, Liam Spencer's brain excrescence will beget worsening symptoms and may eventually lead to him coming clean to Will, Wyatt Spencer and Bill Spencer. Hope, Steffi, and Finn have all been pushing Liam to accept further support. It looks like Liam may eventually unmask his secret to his family since some emotional scenes are on the way. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say July will bring some delicate news and shocking moments, so stick with us for updates on all the hottest stories. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say that it's only a matter of time before a massive fight between Ridge and Nick is going to happen. That's because there's no way Ridge is going to be suitable to contain his covetousness for Brooke's old honey now that he's back in city again. A massive fight between Ridge and Nick is about to be during the rearmost occasion of the bold and the beautiful. Observers could clearly see the abomination in Ridge's eyes as soon as Nick walked through the door. He surely has no right to ask Nick what he's doing there with Brooke when Ridge himself has been bouncing between her and Taylor for so numerous times, right? Of course, the internet clearly did have a lot to say about the matter. Numerous B&B suckers wrote commentary similar as, those beady eyes of Ridge were incontinently filled with covetousness when he saw Nick. He's like a canine with a bone when it comes to Brooke. All it takes is to see her with someone differently to fire him up. Ridge is amusement jealous. Another addict of the show wrote, Moment's occasion was the stylish one in a veritably long time for me. Poor Nick will be history's trash soon enough. Ridge wouldn't be suitable to stand it. Also Tay-Tay and Looney can partake a padded cell. I would prefer Nick and Brooke get back together for a while and cure Ridge from his constant faltering and discourteousness for the women in his life. I can't stand the spineless Ridge character. Would love to see him put in his place. And also there was this comment as well. The laugh that came out of my mouth. Wasn't he just waxing lyrical to Taylor about how Brooke would find a new love and that they would each be okay? To have him eat those words when he walked into that office just cracked me up. Now, as far as what's next on B&B remains to be seen. Suckers will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will be next. The Bold and the Beautiful charade weekdays on the CBS network. Check your original rosters for times. In the meantime, let us know what you suppose by leaving us a line with your studies in our commentary section below. Brooke's heart, tangled in sales and scandal. It all began with Katie Logan, sweet but worried, tiptoeing around her sister Brooke's obvious emotional tug-of-war. Was Brooke daydreaming about sailor Nick Marone? Not quite. Her thoughts still circled back to Ridge Forrester like a haunted carousel that wouldn't stop spinning. Despite Katie's gentle nudges and concern about this new version of Ridge, Brooke remained unwavering in her belief that Ridge would eventually wake up, realize Taylor Hayes was not his forever, and return to the one woman who's always been his true North Star, Brooke Logan. And yet, somewhere deep down, even Brooke wondered, what if this time, Ridge really meant it? Nick Marone, the return of the Sailor Storm. At Il Giardino, while the world thought Nick was sipping his espresso in peace, our favorite rogue sailor was doing what he does best, lurking with purpose. Spying on Ridge and Taylor's intimate lunch from the next table, Nick's eyes sparkled with mischief as Taylor brought up commitment and futures. Nick practically smirked into his cappuccino when Taylor blurted out a marriage proposal. Yes, you read that right. Taylor asked Ridge to marry her. And Ridge? Let's just say his face screamed hostage negotiations, not romantic fairy tale. He nodded like a deer caught in headlights, unconvincing, uncomfortable, and completely unaware that Nick was silently cheering for the chaos. Taylor's peaceful morning becomes Ridge's worst nightmare. Taylor Hayes was glowing. Radiant. Convinced that she had finally secured her future with Ridge. She even mentioned waking up with a sense of peace, something we all know doesn't last long in soapland. Her peace turned to suspense, however, when Ridge's reaction to the proposal wasn't immediate joy but a tight-lipped panic. Meanwhile, the tension ratcheted up tenfold thanks to Nick's nearby presence. The sight of Ridge squirming was almost too much for Nick to bear. Nick had one thought, game on. Luna's obsession takes a dark turn. At Luna Nozawa's apartment, trouble was bubbling. Sheila Carter, in one of her rare moments of motherly concern, offered to help Luna leave LA. Luna's response? A stubborn refusal. I'm not leaving, especially not when Will Spencer is here. Luna had locked eyes, and heart, on Will, and Sheila could see the writing on the wall. As Luna gushed over Will's looks and charm, it became abundantly clear, this wasn't just a crush. It was a ticking time bomb. Sheila tried to steer the ship back to sanity, but Luna had other plans. She shared a selfie with Will and nearly squealed when he said he wanted to see her tattoo in person. Little did Luna know, this was all part of a plan. Will Spencer, from boy to hero. At the Cliff House, Steffi and Finn met with Elektra and Will, who were suddenly at the center of a plan that felt more like something out of Law and Order, B&B edition. Deputy Chief Bradley Baker confirmed Luna couldn't be charged again unless she committed a new crime. So, what did Will do? He volunteered as tribute. With a calm face but a scheming mind, Will agreed to text Luna, lie about breaking up with Elektra, and get her to talk, while wearing a wire. Steffi and Finn were hesitant. Elektra warned this could backfire. But Will? He was certain. He'd get Luna to confess everything. And with one final text exchange, Luna sending her address and Will replying I'm on my way, the trap was officially set. The storm after the seduction, Luna flees. But this is the bold and the beautiful. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Just when Will thought he had Luna right where he wanted her, things spiraled. Luna, clever and slippery, picked up on his hesitation. She felt something was off, and when she caught sight of the tiny mic under his collar, all hell broke loose. Luna's expression darkened. Her heart shattered. Her phone hit the floor as she bolted from the apartment, tears and rage fueling her escape. She was now a fugitive. And Will? Gutted. Betrayed. But determined to see justice served. Ridge versus Nick, the fight that's been brewing for a decade. Later that night, Brooke, still confused by Ridge's engagement news, found herself face to face with Nick again. And as fate would have it, Ridge walked in just in time to witness a moment that looked all too intimate. The jealousy? Immediate. The rage? Palpable. Ridge's voice shook as he demanded to know what Nick was doing back in LA, why he was with his woman, and how long this had been going on. Nick, ever calm and calculating, smirked and replied, just making sure someone actually treats Brooke the way she deserves. Boom. The fight is coming. And it's going to be epic. July spoilers, Waters of Destiny in Italy. B&B's trip to Italy promises drama soaked in romance, betrayal, and actual water. Yes, Brooke Logan falls into the sea, whether by accident or fate, and both Ridge and Nick leap into action. But who will save her? The answer could decide Brooke's heart forever. Daphne's return and the pregnancy bomb. Meanwhile, in Paris, Daphne Rose stares at a pregnancy test. She's been avoiding LA and Carter Walton for a reason. What happens if she returns and reveals the truth to Hope? Carter's world will implode. Hope's trust will be destroyed. And Steffi might use this secret to reclaim her power at Forrester Creations. Liam's decline, his final truth, and family goodbye. And then there's Liam. His brain tumor is progressing, and he's running out of time. Expect emotional scenes with Hope, Bill, Wyatt, and Will. It's time for Liam to finally reveal his diagnosis. Will he survive? Or will his death shake every Logan, Spencer, and Forrester to their knees? B&B's explosive future. With Ridge caught between two women and a proposal he never wanted. With Nick making a play for Brooke, ready to reclaim her heart. With Luna on the run and will shaken to his core. With Daphne hiding a pregnancy that could destroy multiple relationships. And with Liam's life hanging by a thread. The Bold and the Beautiful isn't just delivering drama, it's redefining it. July sweeps are here. And no one is safe.